Hey everybody, how are y'all doing this evening? This is Let Me See Your Transcript, your very favorite history teacher. How are y'all doing? I'm actually on here about 45 minutes, 40 minutes earlier than usual because I just got this news actually about an hour ago. I wanted to make sure that I get the correct information for you and I'm not clickbaiting you like some people are out there. I want to come here with you with the correct information. Okay, so I hope you got your favorite drink. Okay, your favorite snack, maybe some pen and paper. How are y'all doing? Hope y'all had a good weekend. Shout out to my folks in Houston. We've been dealing with the boil water notice. It was finally lifted today. How are y'all doing? Ooh. I'm trying to get this last of this stuff for y'all. Make sure I got the correct information. Hey. This is hot off the presses. How are y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Yes. Hey, Lindsay, thank you so much for being here. Hey, defrauding charlatans. Hey, Betty Yellick. Hey, Holmes, Erica. Okay, I'm gonna put the links in here, Holmes, Erica, because I had to go searching too, because I was over there. Shout out to the lead attorney. Please like, share, and subscribe to him. And I was trying to find this information too, right? Because I was like, wait a minute, I know I see I know I see the article. Okay, I know I see it. I'm like, and then I was like, okay, let me, get the author's name because he was reading the article, and I said, okay, let me get the name of his newspaper because he's Gerardo Zuniga, who's reporting on this from Cabo San Lucas. Their papers are in Spanish, so you gotta find the name, you gotta find the newspaper, and finally, I got some really good sources about Takeoff, and then I got a receipt so that I can show y'all this. I want to be able to tell you where to go. Okay, so come on in the room, find a seat, find a place. I gotta put this as my backdrop because hey, it's they've been locked up. You know what? I'm gonna play this one too. I know how some of y'all feel about Elvis, but I just feel like once they get in there, they're gonna be singing Locked Up, but they're gonna be singing this too. All right, one more. Bless you, boy. Johnny Cash. She gonna be. Oh man. But then hold on. Baby, little Cam, he down there at Harris County Jail. He gonna bring out the Michael Jackson prison remix. Boy, you do this when I'm live. They're gonna be singing "Set Me Free." Okay. I thought I would music get y'all in the mood. I know I have to eventually delete that out. But hello. My name is Let Me See Your Transcript. Thank you so much for being here this evening with me on Tuesday Night Live with this great breaking news. Daejhanae Jackson, the friend of Shanquella Robinson, is in federal custody. She has been arrested as of yesterday. About over an hour ago, it was reported to me. Shout out to the lead attorney. That's who I first heard the news from. And then, you know me, I'm going to go and find out the correct information so that I can give it to you, so that I'm not clickbaiting you like some people were like 2 days ago when all we knew about was an arrest warrant and she wasn't even in custody yet. Yeah, he want to co-host so bad. Shout out to Encourage NYC. So glad you can join us. Come on. Oh yeah, you're right. Someone did say, because they were trying to say that she was a girl, she was a guy, and someone said no, she just had a baby. So I think she just allegedly just had a baby. So you're right, she just allegedly had just had a baby. And unfortunately, people are still calling her man, and I'm just like, we went over this already. Why are you still saying those things? Okay, so before we get into Daejhanae being arrested, I want to give some details about Little Cam being arrested, because some people were saying that he was arrested, but then later on he wasn't really arrested, and then like now I got receipts that he was actually arrested. Okay, so, and also they'll give some people time to come on in the room. Please, if you got a Facebook, an Instagram, okay, Twitter, okay, text messaging system, please share this live. I need your help. Share this live. Bring a friend, okay? All right, help me out, okay? The more it's shared, the more YouTube is going to push this video out to more people that they can see it, okay? So, all right, so let me go ahead and start with, what am I doing? Wrong thing. Sorry, y'all. I'm pushing the wrong buttons. Present. I should have my glasses on. That would work. Okay. And now I know this is official because I also saw this on Yahoo News. You know, they're much more mainstream news. So it says, Takeoff update, Little Cam. All right, put myself down here. All right. It says, Little Takeoff update, Little Cam arrested on felony gun possession, had weapon at time of rapper's murder. So remember, it was October 31st, about 2:30 in the morning, outside of 810 Billiards and Bowling. And there was some words between, I believe, Jay Prince Jr. and Quavo, who is the uncle of Takeoff, and also they're in a group called the Migos. There had been speculation that through the video footage that this was the shooter. Some people had said he had died, but no, he was not dead. He was actually tweeting. And then some people showed that he had, on an unrelated charge, he was going to be going to court. Well, it seems as of last week, he was in court, and now he is in jail. So it says, and I know police Troy Finner said, that they're that the case was going good. Don't believe, basically don't believe the hype and all that kind of stuff. Okay. According to reports, he has been finally taken into custody. He reportedly had a weapon on the night of the killing. It is important to know that at this time, no one is accusing him of pulling the trigger that left the Migos artist dead. However, that does not mean that they might not take a look at their weapon and take it over to the Harris County Forensics Institute. Okay. Various news outlets broke the story on Saturday. And they said they know his name was previously floating around, and also on his rap sheet, because you actually can look him up on the Harris County website. He's had burglary, drug possession, and robbery. Reportedly, he is supposed to be the bodyguard of Jay Prince Jr., who is the head of Mob Ties Records. Finesse 2 Times is signed to Mob Ties. Okay, those of you don't know, Jay Prince Jr. is the son of Jay Prince, who is the head of Rap-A-Lot Records that brought you the Ghetto Boys, and also who introduced Drake to Lil Wayne, and now he is one of the, I guess, the hottest rappers out here right now. So they were playing craps, okay, and that is Little Cam's. It says at this time, Little Cam remains behind bars with no bond. So right now, he's on there for having for a previous offense, okay. However, that does not mean, since he's in jail, that he could get additional offenses. So if he does, I would definitely come back on here. This is a screenshot of, actually, I believe this is the warrant. Oh, no, it says complaint. So Little Cam's real name is Joshua Cameron. And they took off some of the information at the top. And here it says date prepared 11/22, date of arrest 11/22. Okay. And it says felony charge, unlawful carrying of a weapon. And so I did notice on here it said, before me, the undersigned district attorney of Harris County, Texas, this day appeared the undersigned affiant, who under oath says that he has good reason to believe and does believe that in Harris County, Texas, Cameron Joshua, also known as Joshua Cameron Isaiah, herefore is styled the defendant heretofore on or about November the 1st, 2022, did then and there unlawfully, intentionally, and knowingly carried on or about the defendant's person a handgun while not on the defendant's premises or premises under the defendant's control, and while not inside of or directly en route to a motor vehicle or watercraft that is owned by the defendant or under the defendant's control. And at the time of the offense, the defendant was prohibited from possessing a firearm on a penal code section 46.04a. Namely, the defendant was previously convicted of the felony offense of grand theft in the California Superior Court, San Bernardino Judicial District, Los Angeles County, California, in case number LASPA 095-66601 on October 27th, 2022. Okay. Now remember, the Migos was here for a party. It was October the 31st. When it's 2:30 in the morning, guess what day it is, everybody? November the 1st. So they know where he was, everybody. Listen to me. They know where he was, and they know that he had a gun on him. And because he already had a felony offense, a felon is not supposed to have a gun. So I think right now we're seeing part one. I mean, if 1 + 1 = 2, we're seeing one right now, and I think one. We're gonna see some more. I speculate, infer, discern that there are gonna be some more charges, because obviously, if they have proof, because all of these videos that are out here, these still photos, okay, all right, because the police did say, "Hey, help us, call us, let us know," and I think believe so. Help them, let them know. And I believe this led a lot of people reporting on it. I believe this is what led to his arrest. So right now he's arrested because he was unlawfully carrying a weapon, even though in Texas you can carry a weapon. However, with no license. However, you have to have no felonies. I need to figure out what the heck was he doing on October 27th in San Bernardino, California. But okay. All right. So he's being held without bond. And when I get more information, I will definitely come back on here and let you know. Okay. All right. Any questions, anybody? Hey, Stephanie Collins. Hey, Yvette Stroller. So glad you could be here. Hey, Jason Elliott. Hey. Okay, Stephanie says, when was he convicted in Cali? So let's go back. I should have my glasses on. Okay, it says that the defendant was previously convicted of the felony offense of grand theft in the California Superior Court, San Fernandino Judicial District, Los Angeles County, California, in case number LASPA 09566601 on October 27th, 2022. So actually, let's see if we can find. Hold on. LA County. I put LA County Courts or case lookup. Case lookup. You go to criminal division. Criminal. Let's see. You can look up the court case. Search by number or by defendant's last name. Okay, let's see if we can do defendants. Okay. Wait, do I have an account? Continue as a guest. Okay, his last name is. What's his last name, y'all? I'm over here like, what's his last name? Cameron Isaiah. Wait. His last name is Cameron. Okay. Y'all bear with me. Let me see if I can get this. Okay. Ask me for my email. Okay, now they sending me a code, y'all. Woo. All right, now I'm trying to get a code. Okay, what's the code? Okay. What? Oh my goodness, they say it's a fee for the search. Are y'all kidding me? Am I gonna get him? Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna have to come back. I wasn't thinking I was gonna be paying no fees today. Mm-mm. Now, if you want me to go look at it, you need to hit a Sister Cash App. Because well, it looks like the damn day before. Can you email me this? Okay, I will. Hey, Conundrum. I'm so glad you can hear. I don't think any of these people are no Black Cherubim. I you know me, I don't like to do no clickbait. I actually went and found the information and they are arrested. They are arrested. Okay. So all right, I would definitely send that to you. Yeah, let's something else. So on 27th, he was convicted. So when he came back to Texas, he shouldn't have had a gun at all, but he did. And then like 3 days later, he's in a shooting incident. Oh Lord, he just. Fix it, Jesus. You know what? I go to the Harris County website and I don't have to pay unless like I'm printing something. I don't have to pay just to look at it. Okay. Now I may do another live just going over each of the documents. Hopefully, I'll get access to some more documents dealing with Daejhanae Jackson. So, just letting y'all know, the little where am I at? This young man right here has been arrested. Okay, over the weekend, the 26th. Okay, all right. So, in a Takeoff shooting, he's in there for violating, having an unlawful gun because he's already has a felony offense and he's not supposed to have a gun on him at all. So that could lead to more charges if they test the gun and there's eyewitnesses who say, "Hey, I saw that person shoot him." So remember, the Young Dog case took a year, and it was like, I think now there are 4 people have been arrested in that case. Like 4 people now, I think, have been arrested in that case. So, yeah. That's true, Betty Yellick, but what I learned the last time when they kept saying the little Kim was shot, I learned the hard way. Like, just because someone puts a title there doesn't make it true. Because like with the whole Daejhanae Jackson, there are people who were saying that she was arrested yesterday. And then you go to their channel and they don't have no proof. I was the lead attorney. He had proof. And then I was able to find the proof online from the person from Mexico who's there where she's going to. So, which I'm going to show y'all right now. All right. So, now what has happened now, just letting y'all know, as of today, as a couple of hours ago, I've learned that Daejhanae Jackson, who is a woman, y'all, please stop saying that she's transgender. Y'all doing it, y'all misgendering her just because you want. The reason why she said, "Oh, she must have been beat by a man." No, she was beat by the aggressor was a woman. Okay, all right. So, all right. So now what I'm going to show you, okay, I'm going to show you the article from the reporter, Geraldo Zuniga, who was interviewed by the lead attorney, I think 2 days ago. And I think today, maybe, I believe he's also going to be interviewed by Gerald Jackson, who is the editor, I guess, and founder of the North Carolina Beat. And Gerald Jackson is in contact with the family. So, and I have my notification on to let me know when Gerald goes live. And I would definitely put that in. I would definitely put that in the chat. Okay. You ready for Gerald? Yeah, I'm gonna watch that too. But I wanted to make sure I come out with this to let y'all know, like, this is the real stuff. This is not clickbait. This is real. All right. Okay. Let me go here to, this is Geraldo Zuniga's. Okay. Hey, new presence. So glad you can be here. Please come on in, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Please, please, please. Get this more people in here. Okay, so this is the article that actually came out a couple of hours ago. Okay, and this is from the Metroplex. Okay, let me see if I can make this go down. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay. Y'all can see that now. All right, great. Okay, so I was able to find this, and because I was like, I know it's Geraldo Zuniga, and I know that the newspaper there is called Metro Poly MX. So I was like, let me type in that, and I typed in Daejhanae Jackson. I was misspelling it a couple of times, And then I found it. I was like, oh, okay, this is the article that the lead attorney is reading. Okay, let me go there. Okay. And so, as you can see, it says, breaking news, Daejhanae Jackson arrested in the United States. Okay, by investigating on this Metropolis mix. Okay. It says, San Jose del Cabo, Baja California, sir. For those who don't know, this is Cabo San Lucas. If you look in California, right below California, there's like a southern, we cross the border, it's Baja California. Okay. During the night of November 28, Daejhanae Jackson was arrested by Interpol agents after a control judge issued an arrest warrant against her for the crime of femicide of Shanquella Robinson, murdered on October 29th in the Cabo Villas complex in this tourist destination. Daejhanae was placed in federal custody, waiting for her to begin her extradition process to Mexico, where she'll be formally accused of the femicide of the 25-year-old businesswoman. The extradition process took between 1 and 2 weeks. Okay, so let's talk about this. Yeah, Gerard was interviewed on Leak You yesterday, and then George Zuniga was interviewed by the lead attorney. I saw on his page 2 days ago. So, and this is what I wanted to say. I'm making myself a little bit bigger. Remember what the article is saying. 1 to 2 weeks. When do we know that there was an arrest warrant? What, day after Thanksgiving? And then today, she's arrested. But remember, it took 1 to 2 weeks. Same with Little Cam's case. Everyone kept saying, what is taking them so long? What is taking them so long? What is taking them so long? Well, you got to get in front of a judge. You got to tell a judge, like, hey, these are the reasons why I want this person to be picked up. You just can't go in there all willy-nilly, especially if you want the charges to stick. Okay, you gotta see what is true, what is not true. Because there's been a lot of rumors in both cases, in Little Cam's case and in Shanquella Robinson's case. Thank you. Sometimes hey. There you go. From a wise woman. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yes. So let me make this bigger again. All right. It says the extradition process took between 1 and 2 weeks, resulting from the procedure that the Attorney General's Office of Justice carried out in the Attorney General's Office of the Republic. And this in turn to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Mexico. So like, also, you got to think about this as well. The United States, and I believe I said this in my previous one, but I said there was an arrest warrant for her arrest. This is the thing. This crime, this murder was committed in Mexico. They left the next day. Her body was still there for 2 weeks. Then her parents got the autopsy report, and it don't match the police report. It then came out on social media, and then it got picked up by National, and then the family went to the FBI office in Charlotte, North Carolina. And so what does the FBI have to do? They're under the Department of Justice here in the United States. Well, they have to go talk to the U.S. State Department, because the U.S. State Department, underneath them, includes foreign travel, passports, customs, okay, embassies and consulates in other countries. Because usually if you are an American and you're in another country and you get in trouble, the first paper you need to call is the embassy or the consulate in that country, okay, for assistance. And obviously, them people didn't do that. Okay? And so because there's so much by social media, now the mainstream media, other people with bigger platforms, they are looking at this and they're saying like, hey, what is going on in Cabo San Lucas that these people can commit murder here and just come back to the United States? So what it does, it is putting pressure on the governments in both countries to work together. So this is actually the first time that Mexico has asked the United States to extradite someone to them. It's usually the other way around. And also you have to think about it like this as well. And I think I put it in the last video I did with the article about femicide and laws in Mexico. And in Mexico, because there's like a really high rate of women being murdered, any death with a woman is considered femicide. And a lot of people try to say, oh, that's why Daejhanae must be a man. No. Okay? Any death, including a woman, not necessarily by a man, is called femicide. There are qualifications. I went over the qualifications. And I said, in this case, I believe it was because there was an aggressor. You always see the video. There's one person who's hitting another person, resulting in death. They were familiar with each other. That's another category. They knew each other. Okay? If convicted of femicide, it's 40 to 46 years. And it also says, remember, a lot of people kept saying, like, well, how did the friends get back? They said they called the police. They said they have a doctor. Okay. And now the reason why Mexico is now looking at the doctor and looking at the police, because it doesn't follow up with the autopsy is going with. And also the United States is saying, hey, we got all this news. One of our people died over there. You know, our people like to go to Cabo San Lucas and spend our American money over there. And Cabo San Lucas wants our U.S. dollars to be spent over there. So you don't want Cabo San Lucas has its own self-interest to get this done. They don't want to be known as a destination where you can just go kill off somebody you don't like and leave. Cabo San Lucas is a tourist destination. The people who live there, who are native to there, that's how they make their money. They don't want to become a haven for people wanting to commit murder. The main crimes that they deal with in Cabo San Lucas is pickpocketing and maybe scamming. They're trying to get your money, not kill you. And right now, with femicide, the law there in Mexico, if an official has been found to not follow the law or like be bought off by a bribe, the officials can lose their credentials and they can go to jail. So right now, Mexico, the United States has to say, hey, Mexico, you got this law over here that says if any of your people are not complying in an investigation or about your law, you're supposed to arrest them. They're supposed to go to jail. Does Mexico want to be seen as like, oh, the people who work for our country, they don't have integrity? Is that what they want appearing like to the world? Especially you trying to get people to come there for their money. That's what I've been hearing. And this is the thing. According to Gerardo Zuniga, when he was on the lead attorney, he said that the authorities in Mexico have a second tape. But I have not seen the second tape from anywhere. I looked to some I went to some people's pages thinking that, oh, and they all had the same thing, second video. That's why I didn't come on, because I was like, I can't come over here and tell you there's a second video and not show you a second video. I'm not going to do that to y'all. No. You're going to want to see a receipt. You're going to want to see a picture. You want to see a camera or something. Can't do that. That's just me. All right. So they may have another tape with someone else. But this is what I think too. The same thing. You gotta check off the law. You gotta check off everything. Yes, ma'am. You got it. U.S. got laws. Mexico got laws. And you see in the article it said, make it bigger. It said right here. It said when they issued the arrest warrant, that means Mexico had to give it to either the Department of State and the FBI, and then Mexico contacted Interpol. Interpol is another law enforcement agency that basically looks at crimes across countries. And certain countries like the United States, they're like, okay, someone over here, either probably NSA or CIA or State Department, they might have a liaison and a contract, liaison that works with Interpol. If you ever saw the Transporter movie, any of the James Bond or Mission Impossible, or what's that one movie? It's because they always mention Interpol, like, oh, Interpol is looking for them. I think I was watching. Thank you. I try. See, and that's the thing, like, because I've also went to people's page and they're like, oh, we got the video. And I'm looking at the video. I'm like, that's the last video everybody's shown. That's why I was like, that's why I made that last video. Like, I'm tired of the clickbait. Yeah, so many stories. That's why I'm like, I'm trying to come with you with facts. Yeah, I try to come with some paperwork. Okay. Oh, girl, like your ponytail. Your ponytail? That's cute. All right. So in here it says Interpol agents, after a control judge issued an arrest warrant for her for the crime of femicide of Shanquella Robinson, murdered on October 29th in the Cabo Villas complex in this tourist destination. Whatever that villa is, they probably are cooperated because they don't want to be known as a place. Oh, that's the place that the girl died at. You can't go there because everybody died over there. They don't want that. And I know it's bad. Like, yes, we are pushing for justice in Shanquella Robinson's case and Takeoff's case, but you have to also understand sometimes you got to apply financial pressure to these businesses to say, hey, do you want your establishment to be known as the place that this event happened and that anybody could come here and do the same thing? Okay? So, all right. All right. Wait a minute. Why is it showing me in Spanish? I don't want to be showing in Spanish. Show it to me in English. Wait. Oh, it's just in English. What a button at? So you can translate. Okay. All right. Okay. So it says Daejhanae was placed in federal custody, which means here in the United States. So that means FBI probably picked her up. Then FBI probably has to either give her over to Interpol, and Interpol got to deliver her to Mexico. Okay. It says the extradition process took between 1 and 2 weeks, running from the procedure that the Attorney General's Office of Justice. So it starts there. Then it gets carried out in the Attorney General's Office of the Republic. So they went from most likely the county, like for us, like Harris County, it goes from the county to the state. So I'm thinking that's probably what happened. Or to the country, because it says General Office of the Republic. So yeah, so like here, it would go from either the county, the state, and then to the U.S. like federal department or something like that, or justice. Okay, General Officer, and then it's turned to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So ours is called the U.S. State Department. Theirs is called the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Mexico. Okay. All right, and that's in Spanish at the bottom, but at the top, it's in English. Okay, so let me put this in the chat because you can go and read it for yourself. Exactly. They want American dollars. They want American dollars for when the fall happens, the winter happens in the United States. They want it for Thanksgiving weekend, Thanksgiving week. They want it for Christmas break. They want it for summer break. They want it for spring break. Exactly. And did she have a nice time, Yvette? For FYI, little Cam has been arrested. He's been in jail since Saturday. Right? Saturday, 26. Okay. And Daejhanae has been arrested. She's been in jail since last night, probably since last night. There you go. Mm-hmm. So here's the news. Please save those. All right. And let me. And thank y'all so much for coming over to see me, because I know there are a lot of other YouTubers on, but I appreciate you. And then we can have, we can have a, more intimate conversation, because some of those big YouTubers, those comments be going fast. Okay. But like, share, subscribe. But I am going to say where I got the information from. I think he has an attorney over there. Okay. This is the lead attorney. Please like, share, subscribe. This is where I first heard the information. And let me see if I can find Gerald's. He's supposed to come on with George. And he's in contact with the family. Oh, okay, y'all. Okay. Okay. All right. This is Gerald Jackson. Please like, share, subscribe to him. I'm looking over there. I see him live, but I don't see. Gerardo Zuniga on there. Exactly. You I do hope this is an isolated incident, but they don't want to become more problematic. But yeah, I even went to the Cabo San Lucas website because I was trying to figure out what about safety and stuff. And it said what you just said. Don't go outside the tourist areas. You need to stay where you are. You need to stay over here. And they're like, if you get in the cab, make sure you negotiate the price first before you go over there. Okay. Okay, I don't see Gerardo yet, y'all. Okay. So this is the lead attorney. Okay. And this is Gerald Jackson. So are there any other questions or anything that y'all may have? about Little Cam or I probably should have asked Stefanie, are you still here? When I saw Gerald on Leak U, let me find that. LeakU.com. She was asking him questions. He was saying that they have not heard anything about any. I guess he said they've heard that there was money that one of them was spending when they got back, but the family does not have any proof that, I guess anything was taken off of Shanquella's card or anything like that. And they're like, we can't. And then she said the family wouldn't understand why Shanquella would bring like a whole bunch of cash of that in her bag. Would make no sense. But they did say one of them was spending some money, but it could have been because they only stayed 2 days there. When they were there the 28th and then Shanquella died the 29th, the next day they all went back to United States, so they probably got refunds. But all the parents got to do is get Shanquella's death certificate, take it to the bank, or send it to her credit card and say, hey, I am her next of kin. And I believe someone used my daughter's information. Here's her death certificate. Yeah, you're really not supposed to. You didn't either have traveler's checks or use a credit card. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. Because even when you come back from another country to the United States, they're going to check your bag. And if they find out how much money, they're going to be looking at you funny too. Like, really? But, the $10,000 could be from if Shanquella did pay for other people, because I never got that quite right. If Shanquella did pay for other people to go and they only stayed 2 days, and then that means everybody there got the refund, they kind of did like take her money in a way. I mean, did any of them when they get back gave it to the parents? I'm just saying. That's my opinion. That's not fact, y'all. So, yeah. Where's Stefanie? I wanted to ask her some legal questions. So, but I wanted to make sure I come on here and give y'all the 411 with receipts. And where did Stefanie go? But I wonder, should I ask? Maybe I could ask so-and-so to come. Okay. All right. So, but I want to thank y'all so much for being here with me for a little bit under an hour. Thank you, Lindsay, the Fraud and Charlatans, Betty Yellick, Holmes Erica, Joan Rudis, okay, Encourage NYC, Present, Stefanie, Yvette Schroeder, Black Cherubim, Qnandra 93, New Presence, Holmes Erica. And if I've forgotten you, please blame it on my heart, not my head. Blame it on my head, not my heart. Okay. If you would like to support the Legacy of Transcript channel, you can become a member of the channel today, or you can hit the Cash App, help me pay the StreamYard bill, or the Cash App, or give boy snacks. I got my car back today, praise God. So hopefully we can do some more riding the car with boy. When you have the rental, you can't have the dog in there. And if I get some more information, the real information with a receipt, something to support it, I will come back, because I'm all about bringing you the facts. Not just, I don't want to clickbait you. I gotta do what's called trust and verify. Trust and verify the facts. Okay. So and then this is also, there was somebody, oh, kiss board for me. Okay. Someone in my last video, they said, oh, we're done with Takeoff now. It's about Shanquella Robinson. It's about both of them. They both need justice. These people have been arrested, but we still need a trial, convicted by a jury, and then sentenced some decades in jail. Okay? So, yeah. We want justice for both of them. Okay? Remember when last year when Nipsey Hussle and then when Young Dolph died? I didn't know that much about Young Dolph, but then again, I'm not from Memphis. But I was watching the videos of those people from Memphis because I was like, okay, they really are on it. They want justice for this dude. And I'm sharing their videos because it gets out more information. And the same thing with the Takeoff and Shanquella Robinson case. I'm reporting on it. I'm telling them facts. I'm showing it. It's getting picked up by the news. The law enforcement involved. That's what we want. So, yeah, it may not be the hot trending topic, but we still need to report on it. And I actually need to come back and report on some of these Hotep Black conscious people who got some cases too. And y'all please be safe out here. Over the Thanksgiving break, I saw a lot of here in the Houston area. Hey, Yvette, how you doing? All right, Memphis in the house. I saw a lot of people. Hey, Stefanie, did you get my text? Or did you want me to email it to you? You got some more breaking news? Oh, hold on. Okay. There you go. Okay. All right. I dropped the link. Please like, share, subscribe. I have 14 in the chat. I should have 14 likes. Okay. Hey, Stefanie.
Hey. So, you got an echo?
Wait, do you have your whatchamacallit on?
Let me see here. I'll close everything.
Yeah, you need to close your
How about now? Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. If there is one thing that the prosecutors and enforcement side of the criminal justice system likes to think they understand, but woefully they do not, it's the world of hip hop, okay? And I mean, Black America in general, but specifically hip hop culture and who the big players, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I am wondering,
excuse me,
because I have been trying to track down. The first thing that threw me off is that I'm getting two different ages for Mr. Cam.
Yeah.
Some people are reporting he's 16.
Yeah.
And some are reporting he's 22. I think there might be two different people they're referring to as Little Cam.
What?
And I really think that maybe there seems to be two hip hop artists of relatively the same age, but one is still a minor now, and he's out of South Carolina, and he goes by Little Cam. Now, they're calling the one that's arrested Little Cam Fifth Ward, but the one I could find out the most information, that has the most views, that seems to have the most establishment, is someone named Hard Headed Camo. and he seems to have the association with Jay Prince and be out of Houston. And so now I could be totally wrong. This is just me doing like a very quick search. Little
Mhm.
Kim, if Little Kim is actually this man's street name that's in the jail right now, he may not even be a hip hop artist. Like they may have this all screwed up, and this is the point I'm getting to is this. It seems like there is also being reported several different variations of the alleged Mr. Cam's name. He's being reported to be Cameron Joshua, Isaiah Cameron Joshua. There's a Cameron in there, a Joshua in there, and sometimes there's an Isaiah in there, and they're all in different orders. And so I'm wondering if they even know who they have, if we know who they have, and if they know that so much that because that thing of him being convicted 2 days before he gets to Houston is bothering me also.
Hmm.
Um, because he would have had to get on a plane right the day after being convicted of Grand Theft Auto, get to Houston, and then get involved in this stuff. And it's possible, sure. But I wonder if they are linking a conviction out of California to a completely other Cameron, Joshua, Isaiah, with a similar birth date. And they don't know who these people are. They don't know how to separate them out. They don't know who's associated with who, and it's entirely possible. I've seen it happen before. It's actually something that defense attorneys have to be really, really careful with when, yeah, there's somebody like they're hypothetically, let's say there is a family in a small county, and a lot of the men have the same names.
Uh-huh.
And the family, like let's say there's a third, a junior, maybe multiple juniors. I've seen all these kind of things happen where like the brothers keep getting arrested, not necessarily like the it's not so
Uh-huh.
much that the police think that Stephanie Collins the fourth did it,
Yeah.
but they are actually they really should be looking for Stephanie Collins the third. They are looking for Stephanie Collins the fourth, but they think when they apprehend Stephanie Collins the third that she is actually Stephanie Collins the fourth. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like they don't know. They're very when you get street names involved and stage names, and then having to find other convictions out of other states, and we don't know who was here, and I think these people might be very well confused. I think they might not know who they have, who's been convicted of what,
Yeah.
and
Now you got me thinking. Hold on. Let me go to uh let me see. Is the cause number on there? Because I can look up the Harris County one because I am registered for that.
if he's the little Cam that's 16, this information should have never gotten to the public. I mean, even a main like it could have leaked surely, but
But
mainstream media should have
I also
had it.
wonder if this is something that whoever the powers that be that's over there with him, is that what they want? Just to be
I mean, like you mean like the actual like politicians down where you are in Harris County, or
not
like
politicians, but like the whole Jay Prince mob ties. Is that they
okay. I mean,
do they want?
that I can't comment on. I know like if Harris County leaked this information to kind of like show people they were actually trying to do something, and he's actually a minor, like that's bad. That's bad, bad, bad. Like whoever leaked that is in trouble if they're in some kind of official capacity.
Okay, I'm putting this number in here, and it's not. Why is it not doing this?
They're also reporting that a young man who goes by Little Cam has also met his demise as well. I think those sites are obviously a little bit more fake.
Yeah, and that's what I realized when I did this was that I had and I started doing some digging and found his Twitter. Like this dude ain't dead. He's over here tweeting.
Yeah, and another thing is that the actual like YouTube profile, YouTube sort of I guess the portfolio I can find on an actual Little Cam or Little Cam Fifth Ward is actually very sparse. It's not there's not a lot of songs, and the songs that there are aren't very many views. Which I would think like even if there weren't a lot of views before, morbidly, I think there'd be views now, but there still isn't.
Okay, I'm finding right now. I'm looking at it right now. Let me do present. You can see the screen too. Okay. Um, okay.
Okay, I'm trying to
Can you see?
see this.
Or
I'm
do
opening it up a little bit. Uh, let's see. Hang on.
let me see it.
Uh,
Make it big. I need to make it bigger.
Place of birth, Texas. That is not the Little Cam that's 16. The Little Cam that's 16 is from South Carolina. He's from Pendleton. So this is definitely some confusion on which of the Little Cams. Um, oh, and he's in front of Judge Franklin. Oh, yikes. Um, gotta love Judge Franklin. Love you, Judge Franklin. I didn't say that. Um, uh, date of birth 2/3/20. So he's the 22-year-old and not the 16-year-old. So I mean, there may
I
very
mean, I
well
wish there
be,
was a picture.
yeah, and I just, something is not, um, I'm
Oh,
gonna try to see if I
wait,
can
there
track
was an
down.
arraignment today. Hold on. On the 22nd, a felony complaint was filed. Unlawful carrying with a felony conviction, second degree. Preliminary signed court, 28th. Motion filed. Denied bail. Probable cause found.
She
Continued.
denies bail to everyone, and she really, well, I guess because and then there's this whole thing about whether he's
Oh,
got
it's
a
saying
felony
the 30th
conviction.
on docket in error. So tomorrow at 9 a.m. is an arraignment.
Yeah,
I'm
that,
hoping somebody can. I wonder if it's going to be online because we need to figure out who's in the court.
yeah, it's Judge Franklin is a big fan of denying bail, and I question the constitutionality of it. No disrespect to the judiciary, but it just is, I'm not sure she could do that.
No,
But
he got yeah.
um,
So this one was born
uh,
in 2000. Okay,
yeah,
but this is weird.
so
Okay, but this is thing. This is the thing though. I hold on. What is that? Correct. Make it make sense. It has happened before. Okay. Okay. Senior junior, and it needs clarification. Yeah. Date of birth, I know from experience. Okay. Because I was gonna send something else to you because someone tried. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Because when I first
okay.
looked at this, I looked at the address and I was like, "Is that really his address?"
Oh,
You know,
where it says location.
yeah, because some people have been looking for him.
Oh, I think that's the jail.
No, 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 no. It was another. The never mind, not the jail, but the other one.
Okay, because where it says defendant's address right there under defendant details, that Leona Street, that sounds all too familiar. I think that's the jail address. I don't
Okay.
think that's his home. Yeah, because
Oh,
that's where he technically is right now.
because he's not at home. He's at the jailhouse.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think they might have some um and this could be if for whatever reason this this young man is in custody with someone else who is actually the one that is this the object of the reporting, like he's actually the subject of whatsoever's going on. Like, say two guys, very similar date of birth, similar names, get arrested for unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. I bet you 50 people get arrested for that every day if you stood.
Right.
And what if he's the same? If he's very similar to somebody else, there could be another guy sitting in jail named Cameron Joshua or Isaac Joshua Cameron, who's got the same charge. I don't know. This is just it's and I don't say this to disparage you at all, transcript. I actually say this to disparage the system because I'm really worried that like I've seen clients get. And you go back and start looking through their records, and it's like they got the birth dates wrong on this conviction they're trying to hang on him. And if that conviction in California is actually not linked to this young man, then he actually may not have not been able to possess a firearm, at least not on the state level, because
Mm-hmm.
even if he, let's say he's got a felony conviction from, well, he's only 22, so he could only have one from, the past 4 years or 5 years. Let's say he got one when he was
Oh wait,
17, and
it
it's,
did say he was an out of state. That was in April though.
let's see, what was this?
I wish they had a picture.
Yeah, I guess,
Mm.
and without getting into the murky waters of like timeline and stuff, if
Oh,
that,
hold on. They say he hired a defense attorney.
well, good,
Now, if it says hired defense, that's not gonna be like if he had a public defender, will it say public defender?
probably.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, it says hired, so yeah, that's he's retained.
Okay.
Christopher Downey, I don't know him.
Mm.
Um, but if let's say that conviction is actually not tied to Mr. Joshua, and he's not actually convicted of the state of California,
Mm-hmm.
then he probably wasn't even illegally carrying the firearm.
Oh, look what they said. Aliases.
Uh, and see, that could be wrong too. These people never know
Right.
what these aliases actually are.
Oh, they're like, oh,
Yeah,
this is.
they watch two hip hop videos that they know. I'm surprised they haven't put Snoop Dogg as one of his aliases. That's kind of how they roll sometimes. Um, they just can't. They can't grasp it. They don't understand the intricacies. Well, they don't understand the sort of bigger points, much less
Okay,
the
this is what
intricacies.
everybody's been showing. Okay, this is a real document. Okay, it was a financial affidavit. Um, what does this mean? Like, is there trying to, or he refused to sign
Where
at the bottom? It says
uh,
refused. Defendant signature refused.
um, I can't see what you're seeing because I'm just still seeing the
Oh, hold on. Let me share this one. Okay. Okay. Let me present. You bring us a very good point because, like I said, the whole thing about Little Cam, I got that from other YouTubers, and they were saying that he was dead. And now,
that was one thing. And then there's a couple, three people going by Little Cam, and he's also being reported as Little Cam Fifth Ward. I can't find anybody.
oh, I'm
I,
following Little Cam Fifth Ward on Twitter.
and but there's no songs on YouTube or SoundCloud with the put out by an artist of Little Cam Fifth Ward that I
I
can find.
I think this is what I think. Okay, this is what some people have said that he's associated with mob ties, but he's like, I don't know if I'm using the correct term, bodyguard of Jay Prince Jr.
Okay, and see, that would make more sense. That would make more sense as to why his actual personal like portfolio is not there. But I think that would actually like disadvantage him even more because now like I mean yeah, like, oh, that's
Yeah.
gonna be a mess. That poor kid. Like, I'm sorry, like, he should be held responsible, but if he's not responsible, these people trying to like paint him with a broad brush and try to figure out like, oh, this is your like those aliases. They like, good luck. I
And I'm
mean,
trying to find the other paper. Oh,
now now that opens up a whole new range of like, is he Joshua Cameron, the bodyguard that lives in Alaska? Is he, Cameron Joshua Isaiah, the bodyguard from St. Louis? Like, oh man, there's so many. Like, this could open up a whole can of worms with like
and
him
then
being
it's
confused with so many
also like
people.
because some people have been reporting like, oh, this is his rap sheet. But like you said, now is this his rap sheet?
This right here?
No, people have been saying in the past like,
Okay.
oh, about how he's been in trouble before, but now you're gonna give a good point. Like, do we got the right Joshua Cameron?
Person. Yeah. And does the prosecutors even have the right camera? And I mean, who knows? You know, it is, yeah, this is a mess. I think it's looking like a mess. It really is. So I hope they have people, for both the, Takeoff's sake and the defendant's sake, that they know who is who. I mean, this is,
Right.
it's the last thing anybody on any side wants is for all this to happen and then it just to be so bogged down in mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants that. So,
Yeah, I'm trying to find
and
the thing that I have found online. Because I do look at certain stuff, and I'm like, okay, let me screenshot this, and then I go look for the information.
yeah, and I just, that whole thing was he was 16, that started bothering me. It's like, first of all, if he was 16, we shouldn't have the information. Second of all, if he's 16, he wouldn't have a felony conviction that would prohibit him from having a firearm already, because he's a child.
Unless they were saying like, oh, this is the first thing he did when he was 16. I can see that, but you know how stuff goes from it was this,
Yeah.
that, now it's something totally different. I'm trying to find that screenshot I had. I got
And
off.
he wouldn't even be prohibited from owning a firearm if he was a juvenile. Well, we already found that out. But if he was the 16-year-old, that was the thing bothering me. It was like he wouldn't have been a felon, but then he also wouldn't have been prohibited. He would have been prohibited point blank from having the firearm in public because he's 16. He can't carry legally.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of like got me thinking like, hey, I think there's several people like all being sort of conflated into one person.
I'm trying to find it. I don't. Oh, I found it. Let me send it to you. This is what I saw online, and I think. Let me see this. Okay, check your. And someone had posted that to him online, and I reported it to Twitter, but I also took a screenshot of it too, because I wanted to verify that with other sources online that were saying that this is him. I remember there was one case, a guy, he was in jail for something his brother did. Oh, your cat knocked you off? Okay. But look at the text that I sent you. This was from November the 9th. To the cat and knock you. And then my dog is over here wanting rubs again. So, and it's the same thing with like identity with Daejhanae. They were like, "Oh, this is a woman. This is a man," and I'm like, in his case, this could be a whole other person because of their age. And in Daejhanae's like they're giving her a whole new gender. So, but Stefanie did bring up some good points, like all this stuff through social media. What is real? What is fact? You know. Yeah, I'm calling possible by someone trying to start things up. Oh, wow. But do you think it could be the people who maybe Jay Prince and them is starting all this confusion? Or is it people who are like Takeoff fans and they just want someone to be locked up and held responsible? I think T.S. Madison said that too. I think her brother had got in trouble and then locked her up for wait, was it T.S. Madison or someone T.S. knew? And it was for child support. And T.S. was like, look at me. Look at me. I'm in here for child support. It's possible either way. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming up, Stefanie. I might have to have you up again once we get some more documents. And I'll send you. Do you want me to send the ones that I just pulled up here? Hold on. I might have to pay. But hold on. Okay. Okay. See, I might need to do some more investigation myself. I think I'm going to do some more research myself. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Stefanie, for coming up. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Please look at the videos that I put in the chat. The lead attorney, Gerald Jackson, and let me see. Okay. Here's Daejhanae's article. Here's Takeoff's alleged shooter article. He's still alleged shooter, y'all. And also, let me find, where did it go? Got so many tabs open, y'all. Okay. And okay, someone says, okay, now someone else is saying she isn't in jail. I'm like, I'm just showing she's in jail. She's in federal custody. Okay, people just, okay. I love y'all. I do. I love y'all. I do. I love y'all. I do. Wait, is he coming back on? Oh, he's finna do a part 2, y'all. Okay. I'm gonna put this in here. The lead attorney is about to do a part 2. Okay. And let me get y'all Gerald's as well. I know, boy, you want another hug. I know. Miss Erica said to kiss you. Mwah. Yeah. Oh, he went off. Did he even show Gerald Jackson, George Zuniga, Gerardo Zuniga? Okay, I'm gonna put it in the chat anyway. This is Gerald. Zuniga. That's another one. Okay. Yeah, because this is an old mugshot. This is an old mugshot. You're right. We can play Jailhouse Rock again. Yeah, this is an old mugshot of him, of Lil Cam, and we don't have one of her yet. So So no, I did not hear that. I did not hear that. And when he was on leakyou.com, I didn't hear him say anything about being related to her. Yeah, but this is the thing, Lindsay. I mean, this is the thing. Once someone's in custody, and this is the thing, they don't live here in Houston. If his family lived here in Houston, they can always make this stay in the news. If they knew activists in the community, if they knew people in the community. I mean, think about it. How long ago was young Dolph murdered? And we're still getting updates about it. You know why? Because people are still talking about it. And I think Charles White just want people to talk about him. He says, I think, controversial things to so that people will talk about him. Sometimes I do, because he gets because especially if it's raining a lot, his anxiety gets up. Yeah, I never heard him say that he was. But like I said, I still need an arrest. I need a trial. I need a conviction. I need someone decades in jail. Okay. Gerald just went off, and I need to go see, because when I clicked in like a few minutes ago, I didn't see Gerardo on there. So maybe if I go back to the beginning. Yeah, because I think Gerardo was one of the first people there to talk about it. And then from what I read with Gerald, he said someone sent him that video of her. I think he was the one who posted it here on this side. So everything has converged. So the lead attorney is coming back on in a few minutes, and this is Gerald. I'm gonna go back to Gerald. I might put it on double speed to see if he has matter of fact, I can do that now. Hold on. While I'm on here with y'all. Oh, he was on there, y'all. Okay, start around the 2-minute mark. I think a translator or something is going to come on, and then Gerardo is going to come on. Because the lead attorney speaks Spanish, but oh yeah. Gerardo was on there about Gerardo was on there about an hour and 30 minutes. So when I went in there a few minutes ago, it was over. So started at like the 2-minute mark, and it ends about the hour and 40-minute mark. So, all right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here with me. When I get in more factual information on this case, on Shanquella Robinson and Takeoff, I will come back and let y'all know what's going on. Okay. Thank y'all so much for being here with me. Thank you, Stefanie Collins, for coming up here with me. Thank you to those of you who are going to watch the replay. I appreciate you. Okay. Please like, share, subscribe. If you would like to become a member of the channel, the link is in the description. Or if you want to contribute to Cash App, buy me a coffee, buy one of my mugs on my Teespring store. The link is in the bio. Also, you want snacks for boy, hit us with the cash app. All right. So should we go out on the song? Should we go out on the song again? What's the song about jail? Should we go back? Huh? What should I play? Okay, what about this one?
C block. Mail call. Line up, ladies. You're going to be found. You shove it. You're going to go very mail. You love it? No, I'm not. Hey, you boss. Hey, you boss. Hell no, man. My hit today? Stone, you got to it. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Like a little picture in there, maybe. Yeah, man. Somebody I've been waiting on this. Hit my hand. Hit my hand. Hit my hand. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the Spanish. You can't read. Okay, you got two? Okay. Might get a little picture in there. Appreciate it, Dad. Yeah. Hey, 6-0. What up, man? Hey, man, you that nigga out there in the streets, man. What you got? Man, you know, nigga over here cooking up some shit, my nigga. Writing this song about the county jail, you feel me? Yeah, let's say your next hottest thing, man. Oh, man, you gotta go home.
Right.
Neighborhood crib. Yeah, which one though? All of them. Yeah, you know you got some fights coming out. Yeah, for sure. Let's run that. Yeah, let's do that. To the back. For sure. Hey, run that. You're gonna get your head up. All right. Y'all. You know it's too late. Hey, man, move them up. Get this out the way. I got to get on the phone.
Yeah, the water today we got a notice this morning that actually got two notices this morning that the water boil water notice has been lifted, and they just told us on the news like to run our cold water on all our faucets, and I need to run my dishwasher one cycle. I need to get rid of my ice in my refrigerator, my freezer. So, but I had bottled water already, and then I got some extra just in case something happened. So, but yeah, we report to school tomorrow. It was one school district, they still went to school. And I was like, y'all made them go to school? But technically they were like Fort Bend, so they're like a suburb of Houston, suburb of Harris County. And there were places where you can get you can go pick up water. The city was like distributing water. So, but yeah, it's a 15. It's turned into a 20-minute. Oh, y'all haven't seen my face in so long. Okay. Good night for real this time. Bye.